Verse 6, but he gives greater grace. Oh my gosh, can we just pause right there? I could camp on that moment right there for the rest of the day. Why am I sharing this? Is because in my heart for this passage, God wrecked me. I realize how proud I am. I have pride. I have things that are in my heart I need to work on, and yet his grace is greater still. This letter is really to me. And his grace is still there. His grace is enough. And here's what it says. God resists the proud, but gives grace to who? We have to humble ourselves before the Lord and realize in order for the church to advance, it can't be any programs we do, any motives that we have, but humbling ourselves to the Lord and saying, I have your way. It's yours. We're here. Use us if you see that you can use this guy. But it's yours. Can we do that, or do we want to be like this of how we want it to look? And I just listed other churches that we all have different ways we believe church looks. But we want it to be God's way, God's vision, God's plan, and we have to humble ourselves. This is what it says in verse 7. Ready? You want to see the church advance? Therefore, when we do these things, when we humble ourselves, when we don't cause war amongst each other as a church, I'm talking about the Big C church, it says, therefore, submit to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. You ready? I love this one. Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. Church, how are we doing that? Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. Who takes the first step? We do. He already did. He did it all. He did the final thing. It's finished. It's done. You want to see God move in your life? Do you want to see God move in your marriage? God move in your kids? God move in your heart? Go all in and take a step and say, here I am. Just like Justin said, I'm coming to you in the storm. It wasn't until Peter went out in that storm when Christ was coming towards him. When Peter said, save me, it says Christ immediately reached down and grabbed him. How close could they have been? For Christ to be able to immediately grab him, how close could they have been? How much was Peter drawing to Christ? If you want to feel Christ move in your life and God, how close are you to him right now? Or are you just standing where you're at saying, God, please do it? Take a step. Draw near to him, he'll draw near to you. If you're not hearing from him, my question is, how much are you going to him? And if you're trying to hear from him, you're saying, I'm not, where's your heart at? Because I can tell you, I got a book right here, 66 books that have his whole words in it. When I want to hear from him, I could open that up and say, Lord, speak to me. And then I start crying because I realize how much of a sinner I am. Say, okay, enough. No, I'm just kidding. If you want to hear from God, he's made it available to you. You want to hear what he has for your life and that there's good plans, pleasing and perfect? He says, don't be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Therefore, you know what is pleasing and good and the will of your life that God has for you. Wow, if I want to know God's will and that for my life and it's pleasing and good and perfect, Romans 12:2 tells me, don't be conformed to the world. Don't be like them, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You know what this is talking about? Repentance. Church, I believe sometimes we don't know what that is. We think I just feel bad for what I've done. That's not what it is. Repentance is a whole change of a lifestyle. It's a whole change of a mindset. It's a whole change saying, I'm going this way. It's not only turning to Christ, but actually walking towards him. Draw near to him. He'll draw near to you. This is repentance. It's not saying, I feel so guilty for this, Lord. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm going to do it the next day. That's not repentance. That's remorse. If I went to my wife, I said, listen, babe, I'm sorry I had an affair on you. I'm so sorry. And I kept going. That's not repentance. Repentance is saying, Lord, I am sorry for my lifestyle. Continue to renew my life and my heart. Create in me a clean heart, O God. Renew a steadfast spirit with me. It's drawing near to him. Keep going to the cross, and he will transform you. Take those steps to him, and you want to feel his presence? Don't stand and say, God, where are you? Stop and say, Matt, where are you? Where are you in this journey? How much have you been going to him, or do you expect him to fall into your lap? It's saying, draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. Cleanse your hands, sinners, and purify your hearts. Stop being double-minded. Be miserable and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning and your joy to gloom. Humble yourselves before the Lord, and this is a promise, and he will exalt you. This is a tough passage, isn't it? to humble ourselves. Why don't we want to do that? Because we have a lot of pride. I don't want to. I want to be right. I want to be right before the Lord. Clearly, I'm right, and he's going to convict those people. No, stir in here. Humble yourselves, saying, Lord, I can't do this. This situation's bigger than me. This moment's bigger than me. This thing is bigger than me. And watch him exalt you. And the cliffhanger, it doesn't tell you how long. It doesn't say immediately. It doesn't say that day. But he will. Do we trust that? Don't criticize one another, brothers and sisters. Anyone who defames or judges a fellow believer defames and judges the law. If you judge the law, you are not a doer of the law, but a judge. There is one lawgiver and judge who is able to save and to destroy. But who are you to judge your neighbor? You know what's interesting is when we mock, when we make fun of, when we defame someone, you know who we're doing is we're making fun of and defaming someone who's created in the image of God. Wow. Church, I don't want to be a church like that. This world right now is looking for hope. I love going to barbershops every now and then. As you can tell, it's been a while. And when I sit in those chairs, I know I got probably 1 hour, my wife would say it's 2 hours, that I have someone cutting my hair, and I got an audience. And I have found more recently, since I've been here for 4 years now in Surprise, Arizona, that people are more interested to hear the gospel. God is looking for willing vessels that says, here I am, send me. Watch what he does. I do not go into a barber chair knowing what I'm going to say. Lord, speak through me. Let it be your words. People are looking for hope, and when we leave these doors today, would you say that you leave the same way you came in, or are you a different person? My hope would be we're different. So when we leave, people are like, what is happening? What's gotten into you? If you haven't had a friend say that to you since you said yes to Jesus, there's a problem. There should be a difference. There should be something different. Has there been fruit in your life that people can see when you've said yes to Jesus? And this is the heartbreaking thing right here is there's times where we're double-minded. We want to have 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and we don't want to do anything. Church, here's the thing. I keep taking my glasses off because I'm just thinking of the church being the church. Is we have people in our church that are expecting kids. They're pregnant. Wouldn't it be amazing as a church if we would share the needs of a church right here and we would provide? They need diapers. Wouldn't it be amazing if the next week we came in and there was a stack of diapers? If we're actually the church, we can't just come, sit, and think it's for us and leave. We're coming and we're getting encouraged, saying, how can I go be a blessing to people? How can we go do this? I would love to get to the point if we could just share the needs. And just like the early church, they had no needs because they trusted God with how they were meeting, how they were talking to one another, and how they were viewing other people. They looked to the interests of others over themselves. And I would love to get to that point right here at Hope City Church. Would you? To be able to say, hey, church, guess what? Next week, so-and-so is having a baby. Can we have diapers here at this church for them when they come back? Don't you think they should not have to worry about buying that? Hey, church, right now we have someone in the ER for this. Can we be praying for them right now? Wouldn't you like that? But there's times that we don't want to share. We don't want because, I don't know, we don't know what to do. And here's the thing, church, is I don't want us to cause wars within each other and bicker over the littlest things when God should be glorified at every single church. His name should be lifted up everywhere. And that is the name above all names where every knee will bow, every tongue will confess that Jesus Christ is Lord.